Good morning. So I'm waking up. Had a wonderful night's sleep. Warm, dry. It was absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to take a 0 today, and I've assessed my food, and I have enough food. Maybe I'll just grab a couple of things, but I have enough food pretty much to get me to Neil's Gap, which is the next resupply. I apparently have ate more of the food that I brought over the past few days, so it wouldn't hurt to pick up a couple things. Anyways, it's not going to be a full resupply, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of laundry. And instead of going to like the laundromat, and it was like almost $4, $5 for a washing machine load, I have that Dr. Bonner's Castile soap. So I'm just gonna wash the couple of things that I need to wash in the bathtub. So I'm gonna kind of just do that. I'm going to walk to the outfitter, and on the way probably get something to eat, but walk to the outfitter, hopefully find a pair of pants, and just kind of assess the day. It's gonna be a super chill day. There's not a whole lot on the agenda. There's not a whole lot that I need to do. I'm just gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. I've got a lot of my gear already cleaned up from all of the nasty mess that has attached to it. I still need to do my tent and my ground cover, but I think I'm just gonna shake those outside. So I'll do that. I'll set up a little tripod, let you guys see it. It's not gonna be very exciting. There's not a whole lot to do today. Time to get started with some chores though. So if you're interested, I'll keep it running and set up the tripod, but bye. I set a washcloth in the drain. That way none of the debris will go down the drain, and I won't incur a plumbing bill if this gets clogged. So thank you, Sam, for that tip. I'm doing that. Alright, so it's been drained, been cleaned out, so now it's time to do the washing. It works better if you remove the closure. So one thing that I have noticed are the wool Injinji socks. They've got this seam on the end of each toe. My feet aren't happy with that. I had said, well, I guess there's a seam on each of these, but these are, they're just different. They fit my foot different. They seem a little bit bigger, even though they are the same size. They're both smalls. But I think that these have just enough extra on the ends of the toes that has created a bad situation. So when I'm at the outfitters today, I'm also going to pick up another pair of this style of the Injinji sock liners, and get rid of the wool, which is quite disappointing because I really wanted the wool to help with, you know, the odor control and all of that, because, well, we all know the footsies get stinky. But yeah, these know, it's so weird. Conditions out here are so different than what I found back home. And things that work for me in Arizona haven't been the same out here. I guess that's to be expected, but let's just say, oops, it took me by surprise. I was contemplating leaving things in the hiker box at the Seasons Inn when I was there after I flew into Atlanta. I did not leave anything in their hiker boxes with the exception of my IKEA travel bag that I put my backpack in to get here in checked baggage. Everything that I started with, I still have, with the obvious exception of the food that I have eaten. I may look into getting a warm bag liner as well, sleeping liner, whatever. I can't do words right now. So far, I'm happy with the weight of my bag and everything is carrying. Happy with all of that. But like I said, I wasn't expecting it to still be winter. Chose to do this Zero and Nero yesterday and today because weather conditions are bad. It's like supposed to have a negative 10 degree with the wind chill factor today. Very, very happy with my decision to Zero today. I'm not concerned with losing the miles that I could have hiked yesterday and today. The trail is still going to be there when I get back on it tomorrow. And the conditions will be much more conducive to pleasant hiking. It's going to be in like the 40s and 50s and only in like the upper 20s and 30s at night, even warmer as the week progresses. Much more like the weather I was expecting. The sit pad I am using also as well. I'm not kneeling on it right now, but this also works for doing your laundry in this fashion without killing your knees. If I find pants today, I'm probably gonna just hang on to my shorts. That way, if they get wet, if my hiking pants that I will be purchasing, if they get wet, I'll have something dry to put on. That may change, I'm not sure, but so the other night when, so I guess it was day 3, that night was miserable. Absolutely miserable. The following morning, so that day 3 morning was absolutely miserable. I'm okay with putting on cold, wet clothes, but I was so cold that my body heat was not drying them out. Everything was frozen, and as the little bit of body heat that I did possess, it melted the ice, but with the 20-mile-an-hour winds and the 20 degrees outside, it just was not enough to warm it up. I got so chilled, I had to get off trail. And I'm gonna say it again, Leprechaun, you were amazing. Like I was saying, Leprechaun, I wish I had got a proper picture and so I could do like a real shout out to you. But just know, if you're watching this, you helped me more than you probably know. And I will forever be grateful. Maybe to help find him, or if this can get to him, he said that he hiked the AT, I believe he said in 2006. And he has also hiked the PCT, and he just happened to be at Gooch Gap doing trail magic I was very fortunate. So did I receive Trail Magic yesterday? Yeah. I had called more than a handful of drivers. And because the weather conditions are so cold, wet out here, all shuttles and all hostels were booked. You couldn't get a shuttle. You couldn't stay in a hostel. Everything was booked. Was able to get to the top of the mountain range. Finally got cell service. Was able to call around a few places and got a hotel. Well, then the next obstacle was getting from the trail to the hotel. Called a handful of shuttle drivers, all booked, all booked. Nobody was available. And then there was when asked a few people at the Gooch Gap. There was a few people there doing the Trail Magic with Leprechaun. And for one reason or another, they just weren't able. They wanted to, but they just weren't able to. Shuttle's here. When he said that he could, I instantly just started crying. It was not replaying this moment. First cry on trail. But I knew I was going to have a nice warm bed. I was going to get dry. Doing laundry in this fashion definitely makes you appreciate all of the men and women. I'm sure mostly women, but I'm sure men did it as well. The old ways of washing clothes before we had the modern convenience of an actual washing machine. Washing clothes is not something that I even enjoy doing at home. And that's in an actual washer and dryer. So I don't think I'll complain about doing laundry at home going forward. Sure is easier than this. Moving clothes from one machine to the other isn't quite as elaborate as what I am doing right now. There was so much rain in my tent the other night, just from setting it up. So any tips on setting up a Z-Pack's duplex in the rain without getting rain on the inside of the tent as you're setting it up? Please let me know, because I failed miserably in that. And my microfiber towel that I brought, this little purple thing, to help with condensation and little puddles, was not enough to dry out my tent. So I could set up my sleeping bag or sleeping quilt and all of my stuff without it getting wet. So I had to use my balaclava as a rag to dry my tent, which was incredibly unfortunate because I wasn't able to sleep with it on. So please, any tips on keeping water out of your tent as you're setting it up in the rain? Very much appreciated. Please let me know in the comments below. Any tips, tricks that you have found that have worked, or if I just need to resign to the fact that I'm going to have to completely dry out puddles of water before I set up in rain. I took my ground cover out of my backpack and literally just put it straight in this extra trash bag or trash can. It is absolutely filthy. So I figured my first attempt for cleaning is just kind of shake out as much of the dirt in here as I possibly can without making an absolute disaster of a mess. trying to be as respectful as possible with the hotel. Oh, it's still wet. It's still really wet. So this is what pretty much all of my gear looked like when I first got here. This mulch, a mess. So I think I'm gonna abort this, take it outside, and just shake it as best as I can without, well, there's no not making a mess. So I'm gonna abort this plan. I'm gonna take it outside and I'm gonna shake it off the balcony. I hope nobody's down there because it's gonna rain some dirt in a second. So I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. All right, so we still have a pretty big mess here. Once I finish my laundry, I'm gonna plug the drain up again and do the best I can to rinse it out in the tub. I'm assuming my tint's gonna be the same way. So, gotta assess that and deal with it. Gonna need to arrange a shuttle to get me back to Beach Gap tomorrow. So, I want to get that done today so I don't encounter what encountered yesterday with all of the shuttles having no availability. Either the last video or the day before, you guys saw, I met my new friend Alan. He's also in a room here, so we'll be able to share the shuttle ride back, split the cost of the shuttle, which is always more better to split it. So, it was nice. We went to dinner and had a true southern fried chicken meal. Which was also good. Great food, good company, very nice. Then everything's gonna get hung out by the heater to dry so I can pack it up in my bag, get ready to dirty it all up again. Well, we're making progress. The water is becoming clearer and clearer. There's less and less dirt in here. So I could probably call this good, but like I said, last time I did this, I wish I had done an additional rinse. Last night I set out my bag and all of my sleep stuff, so all of that is dry. So I can just swap and replace the position of all of my stuff, so I can lay all this stuff out where that stuff has been. These pants and my socks definitely were the dirtiest of the clothes. I probably am cleaning this tub more than the hotel staff. This place is clean. I'm not saying it's dirty. If you do decide to stay here, be sure to call the hotel directly. They'll give you some kind of a hiker rate. There is not a free continental breakfast as they describe, and they state it's because of the food shortages, which I get. There's definitely food shortages. But I believe they said that they discounted the room 10% because of that. But definitely call directly to book your stay. Don't do it through like booking.com or any of the booking apps, because you will not get the best rate. I'm gonna go get something to eat. need to get a new 1-liter water bottle. The one I have, I've used a lot. And the sticker that literally says Life Water on it is coming loose at the top, so it's sticking horribly on my water bottle holder when I try to pull it in or out of it, which is quite annoying. So I'm gonna keep the sports bottle little cap and throw that bottle away and just get a new water bottle when I'm out. Picking up my couple other items. Probably just grab a couple protein bars or something, because that's really all that I need as far as a resupply. I'm certainly ready to be done with this. What else was I gonna do today? Sit around and watch TV? All right, so this is where I had everything laid out to dry. So just the second bed, that chair over there, and you can see that that is where the heating element is. So I'm gonna go ahead, repack this stuff. It's all dry, ready to go, and I'm gonna replace it with the stuff that I just washed. Alright, so that's it. So I've got all my socks, got everything laid out. I will do what I need to do today in town, come back, flip everything over, and make sure the other side gets dried, and get ready to get it all packed back up into the back of the packs, and get ready to start again tomorrow at Gooch Gap. Like I said, I still need to deal with that ground cover and tent, so that'll be after. I'm tired of washing things right now, so I need to take a break, and let's go into town and grab a bite and go to the outdoors.